always conversating. He say I'm happy you call, what you been up to lately? I said
Okay, so let's get into this. Right now, you are looking at the decking. This is the deck. We are on, I believe, the 6th floor roof. All right, so there's 6 floors to this building. We are on the rooftop. We are doing inserts. They have done so far 5 floors, because you got that 1 and then the 2. Yeah, 5 floors, right? Of inserts, decking inserts on each floor. Man, as we got higher, I got on maybe the last couple floors, and I started inserting. But before that, man, there were a crazy amount of inserts that need to be inserted. Thousands of holes being drilled, right? So you've got, just on our side alone, I heard the first floor had 9,000 inserts that needed to be installed. Okay, and you've got a crew of, I think the crew started getting smaller as they started to get to the higher floors. But yeah, I think it started off with maybe like 10-15 people, and it's down to like maybe about maybe 8 of us right now, 8 or 9 of us. So yeah, man, there were 9,000 on the first floor, and I think this one here is probably about 1,200, maybe to 2,000 inserts that need to be installed. So that's what you're looking at here. When you're looking at this picture, you're gonna see some green markings on the ground. Now, this is like the rainy season, so a lot of rain. Usually you would mark the floor about this area here. You would mark the floor, you would spray paint it in a certain color so that you know that it's your inserts. In this case, green meant plumbing, and then we have what color did we use? Oh, blue for mechanical piping. Okay, so that we can identify it as we drop in the inserts. So you're gonna have spray painted green inserts and spray painted blue inserts, so that from below you would understand, you know, what you're piping. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, this is the decking crew. All right, right now it's an element of plumbing, but it's its own, you know what I mean? It's its own, basically, because there's so much that goes to it. So in the back here also, I wanted to show you guys, you're gonna see a guy holding a pole up there, a stick up there, what looks like a stick, but it's actually a computer. All right, it's called the Trimble. Very expensive tool, but this tool, man, makes it so much easier to find out. I mean, it lays it out for you, right? It lays out where these markings are, where all these inserts go. So it digitally shows you on this computer, like an iPad, where exactly, and as you point the stick down, it has a pointer on it. It's a pointer tool at the bottom, and it has like a little clicker to like indent where exactly the insert's going to go. As he indents it, then you grab a marker at the bottom, you mark it, drill it out, and then mark whatever number that insert is, and then we give it a tag that we stick in the insert that points down below. As they take it out, say that number is 2, they're going to see the number 2, and it's also marked on the floor down there that they use like this little robot to like put the exact numbers, so that if you even lose the tag, you'll be able to identify the location from the area on the floor. It'll show you straight up. You put a laser on it, point it straight up, and it'll show you where that insert's supposed to go. Okay, now these things aren't perfect, they're never perfect, but they are pretty, they work, they're pretty good. I mean, if you do miss a couple, it's nothing to actually just have to drill through the concrete and add an insert, like one of these red heads. They're like Hilti red heads. They're like drop-ins. Some people call them drop-ins, or what else do we call them? Just anchor bolts, okay? Which is also used for hanging pipe. All right, so putting up hangers. So when I was an apprentice, I've never even seen the Trimble. This is my first time actually seeing the Trimble. We did everything just with a rotor hammer, and we put up our own inserts everywhere. Okay, so it was crazy when I found out that there was a Trimble, and I was like, man, what is this? This is crazy. You guys could just know where it's at and then put them in, so you're not drilling. I used to have to drill for like days, months. You know what I mean? Just insert after insert, putting up all these hangers. And I guess some companies, it costs a lot of money, so some companies have them, some companies don't. But yeah, man, it just makes it good. Me personally, I'm glad that I know how to put in inserts without using it. I mean, it's always good to know like how to do things if, the manual way, you know what I mean? In a sense, I know it's easier, and I know people get comfortable, and but you got to know how to do it the hard ways, because these options aren't always available to you. And when they're not, you still want to be valuable. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like, well, he can't use this, so we're just going to let him go. You want to be the guy that knows how to do things, So, and it's cool. Like I'm going to end up learning how to use it, very soon, so that I can see how it's done. It doesn't look like it's too complicated. I mean, you just got to kind of know what you're looking at, learn the interface. It looks a little crazy at first, but from what I was shown, it shouldn't be too hard to learn. So back to the decking. This decking, it was raining. It's very slippery out there, just to let you guys know. Be careful when you are on this deck. It is easy to slip, all right? So you always take your time. There's so much, as you can see, there's other trades up here. They're working on their own. You're gonna see some yellow markings. That's from like electricians putting up their piping as well. So man, I mean, you've got 9,000 just with plumbing, and then you've got electricians putting holes in there. It's like amazing how this thing all just comes together. But yeah, you're gonna see the Robinson's decking, for those who don't know, it's the part that you have the steel laid out. You got the frame, and then you lay this on every floor. You lay this the steel down, right? And this is basically the foundation before they pour the concrete. Okay, so then the concrete goes right over the top of that. We smooth it out, and then basically you're walking on all the inserts. You're not having to drill them, so it's really nice. You know what I mean? So yeah, so you're gonna see that there. Also, what else is in this picture? I can let you guys know what's needed. All right, so what's needed to complete this job? I used a drill, so you're gonna drill them out with a step bit. Also an extension. All right, so you're putting in a gang of these a day. You're going to need an extension so that you're not just always constantly bending down. I mean, you're going to have to for the most part, but whenever you can find a way to, not have to bend all the way down, and you can add 2 extensions. What we did was 2 extensions, 2 12-inch extensions, so it was 24 inches, 2 feet. So that you can just kind of, set it up. So what I like to do everything sequential. So what that means is you're going to start putting down these inserts, right? And I like to find like the easiest way to do it. So how they start is you're going to mark it, pinpoint it, then you're going to mark the number. Then you're going to pilot bit, which means you're going to take a little drill bit, drill out a little hole. Then you're going to take your step bit, drill straight through it. And then you're going to open up wide enough so it can fit the whole insert and sit flat on the Robinson's decking without being kinked or whatever, or leaning sideways. And then you're going to screw them down, 2 screws on each side. Okay, so there's a process to these, right? So the easiest way and the most effective way that I found to do it, which a lot of people, they just kind of just do whatever they want, which is like, it gets chaotic, is to figure out what method is first, get you an area. So I'll show you like an area that I did here. All right, so so I got the area that I wanted to do, and the reason why you take a section or an area is because there are a lot of steps, and it's easy to miss steps. So for example, they had a lot of inserts before I got there that were I guess they were saying that people weren't actually putting 2 screws in it. So there's a detail. Usually the general, the supervisors, they want it, or the inspector, they want it a certain way. And if they ask for 2 screws, they don't want anything less. So you could put more, but just not less. So they were missing screws. They were crooked. They weren't, they were just thrown in there, barely hanging on. So yeah, so when you do a section, you kind of don't overwhelm yourself. You just kind of, section at a time. And believe it or not, man, it seems like you're only doing a little bit, but once you start getting a flow of each section, it starts going, and it looks like you're very, I mean, it's not looks like, you're very productive. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing it right. You're not having to go back. You're not missing things. Every once in a while you miss something because maybe you just get into the flow and get really comfortable. Because after you get it, it just starts to like flow easily, right? So yeah. And also getting inserts. So we had inserts on the 3rd floor. We're bringing them up by trash cans. Those inserts are heavy. You fill up a trash can load, you're going to have 2 people with you. So you're going to have to go back, grab somebody, have them help you bring it up, then start doing inserts. All right. So, and then they come in pallets. We had 500 inserts at a time, and man, we were running through those inserts. You know what I mean? So, man, 500 goes quick. So if you hear a building of 9,000, you're like, man, how long is that going to take? Man, it actually goes pretty fast. If there is a system, right? So in this situation, the foreman, he kind of let people just pick and choose whatever they're going to do. Is kind of like, hey, whoever, whatever you guys want to do, let's just get it done. For me, I can't do it that way. I have to have it in a system. I have to feel effective. So here's what I think, man. I like, as I was watching this and going through this, like I was doing the random thing, but it was just like everything was chaotic. You know what I mean? Things were missed and stuff like that, which was to be expected. But if you have a system and everyone knows their job, like there's accountability. And when we have accountability, when everybody knows what their job is, like the job can go a lot faster. If people are just picking random spots, like you're going to have one person like, oh, this is easier, so I'm just going to do this all day. And it's like you have an area. So for example, on this, there's a time frame we're supposed to be done, right? Because there's other trades that need to do their thing. So you're laying down rebar. Remember, this is concrete going on top of this Robertson's decking. So you're going to have concrete that's going to be poured over here. So you're going to have rebar. So that rebar, as you can see, there's no rebar right now. So it's nice to put down inserts. You don't have things in the way. After a while, if you're not keeping up, you're going to have to like fight for space with the rebar guys, and it just gets chaotic, man. And everything gets everywhere. Everybody's stepping on everything. Inserts are broken. It's just chaotic, man. So it's just better to work your way from one section to the back. That's what I mean, and sometimes you can't do it because, you just have foremen to just do whatever and just get it done. If that's the way they want to do it, that's the way they want to do it, But as I started to learn and understand what I was doing, I got to a point where I was like, able to just do my own thing. And as soon as I got the chance, the opportunity to, I set up everything. I had everything in a system, and man, like it was productive. You know what I mean? And you could tell the difference, like, of what it looks like to do it systematically than to just have everybody do whatever they want. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion. If you guys are foremans out there, man, and you really want to be productive, always figure out a system. Know who's doing what, so that you can see when that where areas you need to work on. You may have to let people go. People are not doing their jobs. You can put them somewhere else, switch them out with somebody else. But if you want to stay productive, you got to know who's doing what, so that you can stay on top of it when the production starts to fail. Because if not, then everyone gets blamed, and then it just starts to get like the morale and everything. It's plus what I love about having my own section and doing my own thing. You have a sense of like ownership. This is my space right here. If anything happens, let me know. Like I did all this, you know what I mean? But when you have somebody else coming and trying to do the thing with you, it's like, oh, now who did it, whatever. And it just gets chaotic, man. Because a lot of people will see you progressing, try to come over there and, make it look like they're doing it too. And it's like, man, it's just, I hate when people do that. Like, give me my own section, let me do my thing. That's just how I work. Okay. So yeah, man. That's one of the tips I can just give you guys that made it easier, that made it productive. Other than that, man, yeah, this is the roof decking. If you guys have any questions, want to ask me anything, just let me know. Leave it in the comment below. Remember, I'm always helping people get better. I want to inspire you guys to be the best that you can be. Not just what you see, you know what I'm saying? Be the best that you can be. You know what I mean? Don't try to be like nobody else. And man, you're going to do it like nobody else. All right. So I hope you guys got something from this. This is Life in Plumbing. I'm Nate, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Peace.